Nathan Lindberg, Head of Global Sponsorships of Twitch. It was a great presentation. What exactly is the difference between regular sports, traditional sports and esports?
I think the biggest difference between traditional sports and esports is obviously the digital element, the fact that you're playing video games versus playing in real life. But I think when it comes down to the idea, a lot of it's about age and about generation. I think you're looking at a new generation of sport versus an old generation of sport. I think that's the biggest opportunity right now when it comes to the differentiation.
How will this market develop? How big will it be in the future? Or is it already very big?
I think it's big. I think it's growing. It's not the biggest, and I think it's very far off from where it could be. There's a lot of different reports that kind of give different facts, but I think if you look at esports, it's a growing fascination, and will continue to grow into probably one of the biggest sports in the world, let's say over the next century.
And you said it's not a niche anymore.
Correct. I mean, it's something that it's viewed by hundreds of millions of people. It's participated in by as many as that as well. It's something that is becoming a normal part of youth culture, and therefore it is here to stay.
Why should brands invest in esports?
Well, I think there's two reasons why. One is obviously reaching your next generation of customer. Obviously, this is an 18 to 24 demographic that you absolutely want to speak to. At the same time, now is the most efficient time to reach that audience and that demographic. When you compare it to traditional sports, the investment level versus the ROI you get out of it, no more efficient way, I think, to achieve that.
Is it a threat for regular sports, or should they embrace this kind of esports activities?
I think that you're seeing a natural evolution, and therefore leagues, teams, owners should all be looking to get involved and figure out the ways that they make the most sense in the space. But I don't see this as one or the other. I think that there's an obvious correlation between sports and just organized competition, so I don't see any difference.
Why is it so attractive for brands to create sponsorships in esports? Because there's a very close connection between the esports player and the fan.
Yeah, I think that there's that connection you don't get in traditional sports, and that's intentional because they're trying to keep the athletes separated. There's certainly a growing space for that in the esports realm, but there's no better brand ambassador than someone you talk to and work with on every single day, right? Your friends are your best ambassadors, and so leveraging those esports athletes the same way is a tremendous opportunity.
How does Twitch exactly add value to sponsorships and brands sponsoring esports?
Yeah, I mean, as the de facto platform for esports, we're reaching a ton of content globally, so we're able to kind of really connect brands all over the world with players, athletes, and content, and fans really all over the world.
You predicted esports training will explode in the future.
Yes, I think that's a huge opportunity, a huge growth market. Esports athletes are finally getting to the level where they need to find the next great training method, and I think that's going to be a huge opportunity for not only brands but also technology providers as we go forward.
Nathan Lindberg, thank you very much for this presentation.
Absolutely, thanks man.